We need to talk. As many of you know, it is March Mystery Madness month, which means you have to just read as many mystery books as possible, and it sounds really fun. Mysteries, thrillers, horrors, it's all my favourite kind of read. I love the suspense, I love the shocking twists, but there's a problem. Almost every book that I've read lately has a very similar, typical trope. I'm going to show you something. I'll start with showing you the books that I have read this year so far. Both of Claire Mackintosh's books. I've also read her other one, I just don't have the physical copy of it, and that is I Let You Go. That's her debut novel and it's brilliant. I'll start with I See You. I See You follows a bunch of girls who get stalked on public transport systems and they get raped, murdered, bad things happen to them. Let Me Lie is about a woman who loses both of her parents to suicide, or so she thinks. But then she starts investigating their deaths a little bit more and she realizes that if she starts asking questions about their deaths, her life is going to be put into danger. Something really bad is going to happen to her. The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn, a book that I absolutely loved. I gave it a 5-star review. It's about a woman who has agoraphobia, meaning that she is imprisoned in her own home, she is scared of the outside world and public spaces, so she stays inside, she drinks way too much, she self-medicates, and she watches people through her window. She witnesses something that she is not supposed to see. Bad things start to happen to her. He Said, She Said by Erin Kelly. What I thought was going to be my favourite book of 2018 so far until I read The Woman in the Window. This is about a couple who witnesses a rape on a woman. Something bad happens to a woman. Her Every Fear by Peter Swanson, about a girl called Kate who got attacked brutally by her ex-boyfriend. She does a house swap with her cousin, moving from London to Boston. When she gets there, she realises that her new neighbour has been murdered. Bad things start to happen to her. Now I'm going to go on to some books that are still on my TBR. The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. This is a book about a husband who leaves his ex-wife and he's about to marry this seemingly absolutely perfect younger woman. The ex-wife is older and just a chaotic mess, and she's obsessed with her replacement. Bad things happening to women. The Missing Girl by Jenny Quintana. The title speaks for itself. The Family Next Door by Sally Hepworth. This is about a whole bunch of women living in a very small town and all their secrets. Even something that's not a thriller mystery book, like Still Me by Jojo Moyes. This is the third book in the Me Before You series. Something really bad happens to poor Louisa Clark when she goes off to New York. Something bad is happening to a woman. Anatomy of a Scandal by Sarah Vaughan. There's a woman called Sophie whose husband is accused of a very terrible crime. Another woman called Kate is prosecuting his case. Sophie really wants to believe her husband, but Kate wants to destroy him. Trafficked by Sophie Hayes. This is a true story about a young woman who goes to visit her boyfriend in Italy and he sells her onto the streets as a prostitute. Even my most recent read, The Dry by Jane Harper, who is an Australian author, and I had really high hopes that this would be different. And while it is definitely very different and atmospheric and has a lot more depth to it than most mystery crime books that I've read recently, there's still bits that revolve around bad things happening to women. There's the main case about, the main point of this book is the slaughtered Hadler family and who really murdered them, because they don't think, the policeman investigating the case doesn't think that it was the husband. But it's also tied in with this unsolved case from the past, from about 20 years ago, of a woman who got murdered and what happened to her. What I'm saying is that all of these thriller, mystery, crime books all relate around something really bad happening to a woman. I know there are others out there that aren't the same as this, but in general I find that there is a huge market for books with this kind of trope. Honestly, I find them very enjoyable, I really do. I think that it's something that really interests me, but it's just, I didn't even realize, I mean, all of these books that I've just read and that I plan to read, I didn't realize until someone actually pointed out to me the other day that I only ever seem to read books about bad things happening to women. And that got me thinking, like, I had a look at the books and I was like, he's right. So I need to start exploring more books in the same genre that have different elements to them. One book I am really excited to try and pick up, actually, it's part of a series, the Dexter series. This is a fantastic TV show. It's a book written by Jeff Lindsay, and I recently went to the Lifeline Book Festival where they put a whole heap of books donated to charity together in one big warehouse twice a year, and you know, you can just get a whole heap of great deals. So I almost got the entire Dexter series. And this is a book about a psychopath that, you know, he is obsessed with killing people, but he targets bad people. So you end up really liking him because he's getting rid of the baddies that the police don't catch. And I like that because it's not purely and solely based on something bad happening to a woman. This is just one of many books that I'm excited to try out and hopefully get a different feel for something else in the same genre, but with something different. Let me know if you've realized this in the books in this genre before, or if you have any recommendations of books in this genre that don't have the typical woman in danger, woman in trouble, something bad happening to me trope. Anyway, I'm sorry, I just had to rant there, and if you would like to start a discussion with me about it, I would be all ears. I love communicating with you all, and I look forward to talking to you. Have a good day, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.